Ang mga pananaw at opinyon ng pag-uulat ng mag-uulat sa programang ito ay hindi ang pangunahing posisyon o pahayag ng pamumunuan ng organisasyong ito. The views and opinions expressed in this live report are those of the presenter and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the management of this organization. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Editorial. Today is Wednesday, March 30, 2022. I am Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, your host for today. And together with me is Sir Mark Paulo Betita as my technical supervisor. And we're broadcasting simultaneously on InkluRadio and to be uploaded on the next day and to be viewed on the Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. We shall commence our presentation in just a moment and we will be back after our commercials. Now this.
Para sa aking pamilya, para sa aking kapwa, at para sa bayan. Kahit mahirap, kahit masakit, mahal ko kayong lahat. Kahit anong mangyari, ikaw, ako, tayo. Ating isisigaw sa mundo. Inklusibong may tatag, angat buhay itatahak. Matapang pa rin tayo. Ang tropa, hindi nang iiwan. Ang senyas, isang instrumento. Ilang beses matumba, tayo huling baba. Luman ang ating pinagaling. Tayo ay muling luluwa. Para sa pangarap, para sa pamilya, at para sa bayan. Tayo ang ida. Tuloy ang inclusion.
Welcome back to our editorial episode for this day. We should now commence our presentation and our topic for today. Hi everyone, good day to all of you. Here now is our topic, promoting persons with disabilities in the Philippines. What does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? Advocacy groups are helping to promote the rights of persons with disabilities and their families, but their benefits continue to expand as non-profit organizations are now pushing for career placements for them. Families dealing with autism spectrum disorder in the country said modern research no longer refers to it as a psychological problem. Instead, researchers now consider autism spectrum disorder as a biological condition that involves genetic susceptibilities, environmental toxins, immune dysfunction, nutritional imbalances, and dietary sensitivities. Diversity and inclusion is important for all organizations of all types and sizes. So, how can we promote persons with disabilities in our country? Here are some of the organizations that promote persons with disabilities in our country. Okay, so our first organization that promote inclusion in our country and to help persons with disabilities is Hands in Inclusion. This organization involves inclusion in our country. We hear the stories and testimonies of persons with disabilities in order to advocate inclusion and also to be aware of the need for inclusion in a given society in hopes that an inclusive Philippine society becomes tangibly possible. This organization was founded on March 8, 2017 by Roylan Gorospe Marla, a Pasayeño self-advocate with autism. And this initiative began as Inclusion in Action. Inclusion is our trust, and that's why we hear the stories of our brethren in promoting inclusion in our country in order for us to build a just and a humane society in our country. Autism Society Philippines, ladies and gentlemen, is a non-profit organization dedicated to the well-being of persons with autism spectrum disorder, and also they're the pioneers in honing employment opportunities for persons with autism through the Autism OK program. Autism Strong Philippines is inspired from Live Strong, the motto of Lance Armstrong. This is an advocacy project that promotes autism awareness in communities, schools, and workplaces throughout the country. And it was led by the convener, Joel Nava. Project Inclusion Network is another organization that also promotes employment opportunities for persons with disabilities. How? It is done through facilitating career readiness assistance, training in skills, and employment advocacy for PWDs. This program is anchored on the belief that given the right conditions and the proper support, PWDs can contribute to the workplace and the society. Using and sharing an access to work model that prepares job seekers and employers and supports their transition. Project Inclusion Network proves that hiring PWDs is beneficial to the person with disability, the team, and the entire organization. The Association for Adults with Autism Philippines aims to provide sustained enrichment opportunities and long-term care to individuals on the spectrum. It will provide means to achieve personal growth, social interaction, and a cooperative life among their peers. And it is led and it was founded through its founder, Dr. Lirio Sobreviñas Cuvey. Best Buddies Philippines uh, is a non-profit organization dedicated to establishing a global volunteer movement that creates opportunities for one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, and leadership development for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Globally, Best Buddies was founded in 1989 by Anthony Kennedy Shriver. Best Buddies is a vibrant international organization that has grown from one original chapter to almost 1,700 middle school, high school, and college chapters throughout the world. Here in the Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines was established in 2014, and it aims to continue the mission and vision of Best Buddies International here in our country. Special Olympics Philippines is a global organization that serves athletes with intellectual disabilities, working with thousands of volunteers and coaches every year. It was established in 1968. The number of people with and without intellectual disabilities who are involved with Special Olympics has been growing, but the unmet need to reach more people with intellectual disabilities is staggering. I Volunteer promotes inclusion and volunteerism by providing organizations with a platform and avenue to reach more volunteers that match the needs of the organization, to campaign and promote the concept of volunteerism broadly, to provide volunteers an easy way to find volunteering opportunities that matches their skills, interests, and their advocacy. Down Syndrome Association of the Philippines aims to offer support to families who have a child with Down syndrome and to initiate, to develop, promote, and to encourage support programs and projects concerning Down syndrome. This organization believes that the initial reactions of new parents that typically bear disappointment, sorrow, fear, guilt, confusion, and anger can be replaced with positive attitudes of warmth, love, understanding, and hope. Angat Persons with Disabilities United aims to share the experiences in the country in order to serve as references in developing a better strategy to achieve inclusion in our civilized society. It is organized and run by persons with disabilities with support from parents and children of persons with disabilities, and also to be the voice and venue to be heard and to overcome the barriers that hamper in achieving our goal of an inclusive society. And this organization is led by a senatorial candidate, and the name of the convener of Angat Persons with Disabilities United is Carmen Reyes Zubiaga. A Child's Dream Foundation is the first pediatric therapy center in Baguio City, which caters children with autism, ADHD or attention deficit hyperactivity disorders, cerebral palsy, behavioral problems, developmental language disorders, Down syndrome, giftedness, problems in the hearing and vision, learning disabilities, intellectual disabilities. And it aims to provide holistic care for special children in northern Luzon, including the Cordilleras, and is led by Dr. Francis Xavier Di Malanta. Leonard Cheshire Disability Philippines is an organization which aims to avail various services to help them in their search for livelihood or employment, to provide a wide range of services, and to have open opportunities for persons with disabilities in order to show their skills in life, social skills, marketable skills, engage in business enterprise, and to wage employment. Di Alyansa ng May Kapansanan na nagmamaneho ng sasakyan at motor sa Pilipinas aims to show advocacy for the PWD drivers in order to access roads that are safe and accessible. They came up with a blueprint and to design a tricycle for PWDs. And lastly, we have the National Council on Disability Affairs. This agency aims to formulate policies and to coordinate the activities of all agencies to concern the issues and concerns of PWDs. NCDA is tasked to steer the course of program development for persons with disabilities and the delivery of services to the PWD sectors in our country. So, what does this mean in promoting advocacy for persons with disabilities in our country? The reason why we need to show our self-advocacy to persons with disabilities is that it is done in order for us to be aware, to accept, and also to promote inclusion in our country. On April 2 every year, we celebrate World Autism Awareness Day. And the reason why we celebrate World Autism Awareness Day on April 2 is to take measures to raise awareness about people with autism spectrum disorders, including autism and Asperger syndrome throughout the world. As we close our topic, autism is a lifelong developmental exceptionality which may impair an individual's ability to communicate, socialize, and to adapt to the world around him. 1 in 100 Filipinos are on the autism spectrum, translating to approximately 1.2 million of our countrymen living with autism today. All institutions are encouraged to spearhead creative activities, events, and programs around autism awareness, acceptance, and inclusion. And that concludes our topic. Thank you very much. Okay, since we're done with our topic, Sir Mark, can you flash our PowerPoint, please? Thank you. Now let us move on to our next part of our show is our election 2022 updates. How can public participate in governance? Vico answers students' homework. Pasig City Mayor Vico Soto on Tuesday shared his handwritten response to a homework question with which a college student sought his help. The public administration student had reached out to Vico Soto on Twitter to answer the assignment question, how can the public best participate in the planning process of LGUs? Ordinary citizens should take advantage of the mechanisms for participation that the government has to offer. Soto said in an essay that he wrote during a visit to Barangay Rosario where the student lives. Avenues for citizen participation in the barangay level include assemblies and development councils, said the mayor, who shared to his 1.9 million Twitter followers a photo of his response. Soto added at the city level, one can join or form non-government or civil society organizations, get accredited by the local government, and to participate in the selection of representatives for the special bodies like the Government Council, among others. Nasensya na sa handwriting ko, wrote Soto. Soto is seeking for a second term as the city mayor against incumbent vice mayor of Pasay City, Iyo Bernardo. Here now is our election 2022 updates. Next slide, please. Let's move on to the next part of our show is let us get to know our candidate for the May 9, 2022 elections entitled Sino Ka? Know your candidates in the May 9, 2022 elections. Next slide, please. Our featured candidate for today is Elmer Labog. He is the youngest chairperson of Kidusang Mayo Uno, a trade union in our country. He is the labor rights leader of Anakpawis. He is the chairperson of the International League of People's Struggle. He worked as a bartender in a hotel where he led fellow contractual workers for the call of increased wages and regularization at the age of 18. He elected as a national president in Genuine Labor Organization of Workers in Hotel, Restaurant, and Allied Industries. In 1982, he started to work full-time as an organizer in the Pambansang Opisina ng Kilusang Mayo Uno and worked in several positions. And he was elected in 2004 as the national chairman of the Kilusang Mayo Uno. He is number 37 in our ballots this May 9, 2022. Let's vote wisely in the election. Next slide, please. So here are some of the very important announcements. Next slide, please. As part of our continuing efforts to support the organization, we at Hands in Inclusion urge everyone to purchase our products in our online shop. The products that we are selling are the t-shirts and the tote bags. So for our t-shirt, it's 275 pesos for all sizes, and it is available in red, black, blue, white, and yellow for our One Inclusion Nation t-shirts. And for the tote bags, it's medium to large at 150 to 200 pesos. It's available in white and black. For the Talano Gold colored, 325 to 350 pesos, and sizes are ranged between small to XL. We'll be very strict on payments first. Payment first before purchase. We're accepting payments from GCash and will deliver your ordered products via our courier providers, GoGo Express, and LBC. Next slide, please. So the Hands on Inclusion Philippines online shop is temporarily closed for areas under Alert Level 5, and it will continue to serve in areas under Alert Level 1 to 4 only. And if you want to check our full list of orders, please visit the Hands Inclusion Philippines Facebook page or email us at hansing.inclusion@gmail.com. Its operating hours are from 12 midnight to 11:59 in the evening. Next slide, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we at Hands in Inclusion Philippines needs your help. To be honest, many of us are already been struggling with our financial problems in the organization. So, regardless, no matter what, it doesn't really matter if you're gonna donate in a small amount or a large amount, then this will be a great big help to us. How can you do this? Scan and donate using GCash on this QR code that is flashed on your screen, or if you want to do the Barya para sa Inclusion Fundraising Project, then you may want to use a coin bank and you may donate through bank deposit at Union Bank as well. And what are you waiting for? Please lang. Please continue to help Hands in Inclusion Philippines for our fundraising project. We're aiming to raise funds in the organization, and our purpose of this is to rebuild in order for us to have a bigger, better, and a bolder Hands Inclusion Philippines organization. Proceeds from the sales and fair donations will go to us here in Hands in Inclusion for the formality, for the expenses, the financial aid of the members due to the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the SEC registration of Hands in Inclusion Philippines in the future. So, guys, for those who did this, you'll be glad you did, and thank you very much for your continuous generosity and for your support to our organization. Next slide, please. But before we get to this, so wait now, I will just check yun sa LG accessories. Wait lang. Okay. So, I'll just share my screen first. Okay. Before we get to the slide, so if you want to purchase accessories from Ate Lady Jane Eliasar Floresen, then you may message her on LG Accessories or through Messenger, or you may contact her through WhatsApp at 0916-167-4803 or 0951-791-3194. Or you may message her on Facebook as well. And if you have problems with your computer, your laptop or your desktop, if it's Windows or Mac, or you have problems with your Android or iOS phones and tablets, if you have an time to download your music, movies, or games, Sir Mark Vitita is here to assist you. So, if you want to do it, you may do so on Mark PC Laptop Repair Services on his contact number 0947-355-4759, and and you may message him on Facebook at Mark Paulo Betita. Next slide, please. Okay, we have some events coming up for the month of April in Best Buddies Philippines. So the events are, um, it will be our Best Buddies Philippines Saturday series of learning is Raising Frequencies Empowering series on April 2, 9, 23, and 30 on Saturday at 4 p.m. with Teacher Lay Santa Maria of Atma Prema Wellbeing Group. On April 2, I can take care of myself. April 9, I can set healthy boundaries. April 23rd, I can find lessons in all of my experiences. And April 30, I can focus and center myself. And also, we have Friendship Friday activities. We'll be having Summer Salad Sillies on April 8, 2022, Friday at 4 p.m. And also on April 22, April 29, and May 6, we'll be having a partnership with Alres on Buddies Be Friends at Friday at 8 p.m. So if you want to join these events, follow Best Buddies Philippines on Facebook and Instagram. Send them a message and they will send you the registration form and the link as well. Just a reminder, Best Buddies Philippines is a non-profit, non-denominational, and a non-political organization. We support for clean and fair elections, and we do not endorse any political party or candidate. As members of the Best Buddies Philippines community, please refrain from endorsing a candidate during the activities of Best Buddies Philippines. In Best Buddies Philippines, make a friend, be a friend. Next slide, please. Sir Mark. Okay, I will just get something. I'll be back. Okay, so if you want to crave for something, especially for your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, or for your merienda, then you may want to order some of the foods from the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant and the Kuya Korea Restaurant. For the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant, so if you want to order in the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant, here are the menus. For our only breakfast, we have Papa Sobra, chicken tocino, corned beef brisket, homemade spam, and beef salpicao. Prices are range between solo to large. Prices are range between 265 pesos to 1,450 pesos. Next slide, please. For our rice trays, we have beef bulgogi, beef shawarma, beef gyudon, pork crackling bits, pork belly bird, and charred chicken and boneless fried chicken. Sizes are range between solo to large and prices are range between 265 pesos to 1,700 pesos. Next slide, please. For our sandwiches, Sir Mark, okay, yeah. For our sandwich, we have the fried chicken sandwich, pulled pro sandwich, corned beef sandwich, and chicken tocino sandwich. Sizes are range between regular, large, solo, and box of fours. Prices are range between 320 pesos to 1,540 pesos. Next slide, please. For our pasta, we have mac and cheese and penne and gorgonzola. For the mac and cheese and penne and gorgonzola, sizes range between solo to large. Prices range between 290 pesos to 1,350 pesos. Next slide, please. If you want to order in the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant, here are the ways that you can order. First, head over to the Summer Comfort Food Restaurant. Select the dishes you want to order. Choose between pick up or delivery. Pay conveniently to any of the safe integrated payment methods, and your order is confirmed. Expect updates via text or email. Next slide, please. For our rice bowls, we have beef bibimbap, beef bulgogi, pork samgyup, and K-pop chicken. For the boneless popcorn chicken, half the whole or the sizes, 235 to 435 pesos, which are available if you want to crave for something Korean in the Kuya Korea restaurant. If you want to order there, please check the Kuya Korea website for your orders as well. Next slide, please. Lastly, follow Hansen Inclusion Philippines on our social media pages and its digital platforms as well. It would be appreciated for you guys to do this as early as now. Follow us on Hansen Inclusion PH on Facebook, alongside InkluRadio, InkluSports, InkluNihan, InkluGaming, and the online shop. Instagram, Hansen Inclusion PH, Kumu, HNI Philippines, Twitter, HNI Pilipinas, and subscribe to the Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel for your or if you want to catch up with all your favorite podcasts of Hands in Inclusion Philippines. So guys, for those who did this, thank you very much as well. Next slide, please. Now is the time for our shout outs and greetings for Sir Mark. For Sir Mark, shout outs to Antropa PWD, to Miss Lady Jean Floreset, to Sayuri Garcia, Palmera Boys, Cherry Ann, Annalyn Lopez, Jason, and the GForce group chat. Uh, to Sir Mark Betita and to Lady Jean Floreset, good evening to you and thank you for watching. And also for me, shout outs and greetings to my family, to HNI Inclusion Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, Best Buddies Benilde, and other PWD organizations, as well as to my high school and college friends as well. To those who are celebrating their birthdays today, happy birthday and expect more birthdays to come. To those who are celebrating their anniversaries, happy anniversary as well. And to those who are watching, it may be a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys are in a good mood, but if not, you may use this time to improve on your mental health and your well being as well. To those who are watching us on InkluRadio, thank you very much as well. If you missed this episode, it will be premiered on the next day on the Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. Okay, next slide, please. Now is the time for our words for the day. My final words for the day. In relation to our topic, I would like to share with you my excerpt from my ambassador training last year. As a student, I am passionate about promoting inclusion in the Philippines, and I am involved in various organizations that help further this advocacy. I chose to stay involved because I saw the impact that having support can have on myself as a person with autism and for the people around me as well. I've been more confident in gaining new friends of different abilities, races, and religions. I have acquired a perspective that would have not been possible for everyone. This is also a kind of perspective that I want the whole world to have. With that, I would like to appeal to everyone to unite for persons with disabilities, not only in our country, but also throughout the world. I wish to inspire and to help other people of all abilities, regardless of nationality, gender, and faith. I would like to thank all PWD organizations in our country. I would like to thank all PWD organizations, especially Best Buddies Philippines, led by Ms. Michelle Aventajado, Hands in Inclusion Philippines, led by Roylan Marlang, for giving me this opportunity to further inclusion and to promote my advocacy for all. Okay, Sir Mark, can you please open cam, please, and share screen, please? Open cam and stop share screen, please. Thank you. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap for our editorial episode for Wednesday, March 30, 2022. I will be back again tomorrow for the inclusive report. On behalf of Hands in Inclusion and InkluRadio, I am your host, Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, and together with me is Sir Mark Betita as my technical supervisor. May awa ang Diyos, makakaraos po tayo. Sama-sama tayong lalaban para sa pangarap, pamilya at bayan hanggang sa ating tatak para sa One Inclusion Nation. Muli, magandang gabi at pagpalain nawa tayo ng Diyos ng poong may kapal. May the Almighty God bless us all. Ngayong ikalima ng anibersaryo, makatotohanan ng inklusyon, angat buhay ang solusyon. Sa HNI, posible. Pilipinas, God first. HNI, God first. Thank you very much for watching. Have a blessed evening to all and a goodbye for now. Goodbye and thank you for watching. Bye for now. Goodbye. Bye-bye.